I've been able to take my outdoor interview footage from looking something like this
Oh, hell no, man.
to looking something like this. For years, my footage turned out terrible, I couldn't get good audio, and I didn't know what a proper setup looked like. So if this sounds like you, I'm gonna show you how I took my interviews from $400 inconsistencies to $4,000 per video. What's going on, guys? So we're gonna get right into this. If you are a person who does client work like this, then I want you to like this video, save it for later, because this is gonna be your guide for you to come back to and reference every now and then, because I'm gonna give you a lot right here. I want this to be your virtual checklist because for years I found myself constantly fighting the elements with no way to defend myself. See, my bread and butter was interview videos that I could turn into story videos, this long form content I was creating, and I could do it consistently and I could produce the results every single time because that's what people pay for. They pay for your ability to produce the consistent results. And with indoor interviews, I had it on lock. But when it came to outdoor interviews, I found myself not producing consistent and good results. I couldn't control the weather or the audio. There was just a lot going on and I struggled. Like for a while, I genuinely struggled. What I wanna do, give you every single thing that I know when it comes to how to really get back that control and how I've been consistently producing these $3,000 and $5,000 interview setups. The first thing I did was finally invest in a powerful light. This is the unfortunate truth. It is very, very hard to make weak light look good outside. The sun is very, very bright and having a 60 watt, a 120 watt sometimes just doesn't get the job done. Originally, when I started doing this, I had a 60 watt. Then I moved to an SL200. That was a little bit better. I found myself getting a 300, then a 450, and I finally feel like I'm in a place where I think I found the solution. Currently, my go-to light is the GVM 650. This is an insanely bright light that is half the cost of the competition with 98% of the same features. Like it does the exact same thing. Why would I pay $1,000 more? I'm not a big name brand person, so when I found this light, bicolor, remote control pack away from the actual light for weight distribution, it just seemed like the perfect light for me. So when I'm looking for new lights, I'm definitely gonna look in this area. If you are consistently filming outdoors, you're going to need something that is insanely bright. That is just the way that it is. You can't predict whether it's going to be sunny or whether it's going to be cloudy. So you want to try to control those elements as much as possible. And you really want to make your subject in the foreground be bright and dark in the background. A 650 watt light is definitely going to help you do that. Then you're going to look into modifiers and how you can help shape that light. For the backlight, I tend to do something similar or just do a straight up spotlight. I'm trying to get really dynamic shadows and really dynamic lines, and that's tough to do in daylight. The big goal, and this is what you need to keep in mind, the big goal is I want subject to be bright and I want background to be dark. This is super hard to do outside. So I know it's unfortunate, you're gonna be dumping a big portion of your investment into proper lights, but once you learn lighting, once you understand shadows, then you're going to start crafting some of the best work. So if you're going to invest in anything, don't let it be cameras, don't let it be lenses. I would rather it be lights. Okay, since we're talking about lighting control, here's a big thing. We can't predict when it's gonna be sunny. That is just the nature of life sometimes. And if you live here in Mississippi, it's sunny, cloudy, windy, raining all the time. What I did was I invested in an 8x8 scrim. This thing has absolutely saved my life. This is either a big portable diffuser to help diffuse the sun on bright days, or this is a portable shadow. That's how I want you to think about it. This one overall is a little bit more complex. This is an 8x8 diffuser. It was $400, but here's the thing. You gotta get proper stands with this thing. This is a big wind sail, so having really heavy duty stands is gonna be important. I currently have C-stands with like 200 pounds of weight and a person manning this thing at all time, but I recommend combo stands. They're gonna help distribute their weight a lot better. It's a lot even. The C-stand has like a big leg and a little leg. The combo stands just have even weight distribution across the board so you can properly weigh it down. The scrim has saved my life on shoots. There are shoots that would have been possible. They would have just been completely impossible if I didn't have a proper 8x8 scrim with me. So if you have the ability to bring an extra person on with you while you're on set, pay them $40, say, hey, you stand here, you hold this. We got to start getting into the move of building out our team, building out our resources, because having something like this in your kit is worth it. When I first started filming audio, I had cheap mic stands, no wind filters, and didn't have good backups at all. I had lav backups that were super scratchy because they had no dead cat on them, and I've learned my lessons. Now, when I'm shooting, I have this insanely flexible light stand. It collapses in on itself. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I think they sell this on B&H or Amazon. I'm gonna see if I can find it for you. I bought this years ago, and I've never used another mic stand at all. Currently, we keep our mic in a blimp. A blimp is just a big dome that helps isolate the sound around the mic. And we have a giant windscreen on the mic also. This is going to cut down on wind noise dramatically. It's kind of like magic, like genuinely. I have filmed with this thing next to rushing rivers or windy days, and the audio is clean. So when it comes to outdoor filming, audio and lighting should be your main focus every single time. We know how to properly set up cameras. We know how to get the lens selection that we want. We know we need tripods, but how we're shaping cinematic lighting is really, really tough. And how we're producing good and consistent audio is really tough. So keeping these things in mind is going to help you out a lot going forward. But overall, bright light. That is just something you really, really need. The Scrim is flexible. It can be your sunshade. It can be your diffuser. You can blast your light into it. And really having the ability to create good and consistent audio is going to take you so far. Now, here's a bonus tip. If you want to push your stuff even further, I recommend in post-production, try out a simple mask. I want you to separate your subject from your background. I want you to darken your background and keep your subject bright, and really showcase when you're color grading that the subject is present, the background is kind of fading away. Like, your footage is going to stand out so much. I used to try to bypass this. I thought I could get it right preemptively in camera every single time, and I just wasn't consistent enough. But when I started actually doing this in post, very simple step, kid you not, my look increased dramatically. People started being a lot more curious about what am I doing? How am I getting such dramatic lighting? So it is these simple things done consistently that add up and make your footage more and more dramatic. All right, if that wasn't enough for you and you want to see more, I have a full breakdown on how I craft cinematic lighting outdoors with minimum crew on my Patreon. I'm gonna link that down below. And also, if you want to know how I've made over $300,000 in a single year by doing setups just like this, I offer business coaching. If you wanna have some one-on-one talks, if you wanna hop in to the group, we would love to have you, because I think you would find yourself at home to a place with creatives who are asking questions, who are learning to level up themselves. It has been a great process so far, and I would encourage you to check it out. But with that all being said, that's all I have for you today, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, consider subscribing, because I'm gonna be bringing you more content just like this every week. So you guys stay safe, you're loved, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.